Keenan Shan Holtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're at a very, very special property. This is about as good as it gets in this part of West Virginia in terms of a quality property, home. You get the whole shooting match here. Everything, it checks every box on your list. This is 111 Heron Lane in Augusta, West Virginia, and as you can see, you got a beautiful ranch style home here with a big 2-car attached garage on a meticulously manicured and landscape piece of property here. And you got views, and more views. The property line right here is at this fence, but you can look at cattle. You can look at the mountain, that short mountain in that direction. You're kind of looking south that way. Just mountains and mountains and mountains to the south. And when we walk around the other side of the house here, you're going to see the views you have to the east. But let me just take a moment here and show you what we're dealing with. So, this is the house right here, and this property is about 95 acres comprised of 4 different tracts. And these are the individual tracts. I've outlined the individual boundary lines between the tracts. But there's 95 acres here, and the house is tucked all the way up here in the corner like this. And this fence line here that I showed you was the property line. That's a pretty well a straight line. Now, there's not fence on it the whole way, I believe, but that's a straight shot all the way down through here, and TRACTS Creek is at the back. And when you see the video of that part, you won't believe your eyes. But one of the nice things about this property, it's back at the end. The Heron Lane's a private lane, and this is back at the end. And just about as far as you can see there, this intersects with Richmond Road, which is a paved county road, so it's a maintained road, you know, just as far as you can see out there. And then if you take Richmond Road, you're less than a mile off Route 29. You're about 1.5 miles from the intersection of Route 50 and Route 29. I mean, you're 3 miles from the center of Augusta. You're about 6 miles from Slanesville, West Virginia. And you're an easy 35-minute drive to Winchester, Virginia here. So you're private here, but very, very, very close to stuff. I mean, Augusta's not big, but it has some restaurants, Dollar General store, gas station, that sort of thing. And you're maybe just a hair over 10 minutes from the food line in Romney, the hospital, the high school. All the privacy you can ask for here, but super convenient location. Now the house was built in the 60s by the owner's father, and then he subsequently sold it some years later. And then about I don't know, 12, 13 years ago, the current owner, the original owner's son, bought it back and put the property back together here. All told, there's about a little over 200 acres here, and the owners put it all back together, what his father had accumulated over the years, and now we're going to sell half of it, and he's going to keep the other half. But the house, like I said, was built in the 60s, but then completely renovated and remodeled, I want to say about 12 or so years ago. So this thing got the complete overhaul and an addition. So originally, you know, you just had the original part of the house here, and they added the mudroom and the 2-car garage when the remodel was done. So that stuff's new. But, and you'll see the addition here on the back. But this home is just a hair under 3,000 square foot of finished living space. And then the garage is about 900 square foot. I believe the garage is 26 by 34 or something like. It's about 800 and some square foot, the garage. Big, nice big 2-car garage. But you can see you got a stairwell going down into the basement there, so you got walkout stairs from the basement. Heat pump there. House has a dual fuel system, propane and electric heat, of course central AC. This part here is the addition that was done when the remodel was done. And I just want to point out, this is brick here. So the house is brick. It's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of a light colored brick, but it's brick and vinyl, architectural shingles. I mean, so for the most part, the nuts and bolts, a lot of this stuff on this house is within a dozen or so years old. That great room in there, which is the addition, is very nice. We'll go inside here next. But beautiful hardscape here, or the patio area around the back. And you thought the view was good out the front. It's just as good out the back here looking to the east. And just beautifully landscaped. I mean, the owner takes tremendous pride in his property, and it shows. I mean, there's not a thing out of place here. And so we'll look at the property in subsequent video clips here. But the property boundary, if you see the little gravel road right there, the center of that gravel road is the property boundary, so you're going to be on this side of that, and that road goes on the other side of that privacy fence there a little bit, and that will be what the owner's keeping on the other side of that privacy fence where you see some buildings. And he put that fence up there, which is a good idea, because he thought, well, you know, whoever's in this house doesn't want to see me down there. But you'll see, it's pretty easy to figure out on the map how it works. But you know, this is a certified tree farm here, so you'll see loblolly pines and stuff planted there. Of course, you got a big, I'm assuming that's a big, is that an oak? Or that's an oak there. Big oak tree. Japanese maple here. But just tremendous views. So this part out here, you know, in the front, the house tract is about 10 acres or so. And about 8 of it is open, I would say. So this is going to be the open ground that you have. So if you did want to have a horse or a few animals, you got this portion over here about where you see the electric pole out there. You know, if you wanted to fence off an area for some livestock or whatever, or even down around here like this, you could. I mean, there's room for that. Not a ton, but there's certainly ground here if you wanted to have some livestock. So beautiful out here. Just a supremely nice property. You know, of course you can have one level living here. The basement's finished, but if you don't want to deal with steps, you don't really have to with this home. Just more beautiful landscape and beautiful views. I mean, this really is an incredible property that checks every box. You got views, field, woods, and water. It has it all. And just show you a nice connected breezeway here from the garage to the house. And this addition here, like the mud room, that's your laundry area. That's very well thought out what they did in there, and you'll see that. But just soak this in for a minute. This is going to be a really long video here. This might be the longest video I've ever taken of a property because there's so many outstanding features to this property. It just takes a while to show it all and explain it all. So once again, 111 Heron Lane, Augusta, West Virginia. I'll take you inside next. Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. Giving you the inside tour of 111 Heron Lane in Augusta. So when they did the remodel on the house, you know, 12 years ago or so, they added this mud room here. So when you walk in, this is a nice area. Got tile floors in here, a nice bench to sit down, take your shoes off. And then the laundry's in here. So And this laundry area, as you can see, they got the washer and dryer stacked up there. This kind of doubles as an area for when they entertain and stuff. You know, you can set up food in here or drinks or whatever. And I believe that's an ice maker there that they have. Plenty of cabinet space. Just tons of storage space. That's coat closet there. And then this serves as the pantry for the kitchen, which is nice. So then coming on in, nice kitchen here, granite countertops, white cabinets. You know, they were ahead of their time a little bit. That's the real in thing right now, is the white cabinets. Stainless steel appliances. And then you slide this back here. This is just like a little storage cubby back in there, so that's pretty cool. And then here, you know, of course, we're in the original part of the house right here. You got the original oak floors in the house, which are, you know, have been refinished and in really good condition. And then the living room here was, you know, an addition whenever they did the remodel. So you got a nice great room here. You got some exposed beams, and of course, it's cloudy out today, which kind of stinks, but you can see the views you have, you know, from the great room here. I mean, you just have fantastic views, and this goes out on the patio, obviously. Gas fireplace right here. And you could see the brick wall there, I mean, because that's the outside of the original house right there. And they kind of whitewashed that a little bit and made it look nice. But yeah, as you can see, original hardwood floors here. They had those refinished. Very nice. Then this would have been the, you know, formal living room for the original house. You got the views from this room. Oh, yeah, I mean, the cows are right there. I mean, just great views anywhere you look. You got a gas fireplace in here. Now, this house was originally set up, you know, before they did the remodel. It was 3 bedrooms and a bathroom up here. And this would have been like a smaller bedroom, and we're going to call this a bedroom, but it's used as an office. And there's the closet. I mean, this would be small for a bedroom. I mean, you can certainly fit a bed in here. But we're going to call this a bedroom because that's originally what it was. Most likely you'll probably use as an office like they have. Powder room here. Toilet's behind there, so you got a half bath on the main level here also. And then the master bedroom here, you know, originally this would have been a wall across here, and this would have been 2 bedrooms here. But they took this wall out, just made one big nice master suite here. Humongous closet. Big walk-in closet. And then a big bathroom. So, big, very nice sizable master suite here. Once again, you have nice views out the windows. There's not a bad seat in the house here. Pull down, get you up in the attic. The air handler and stuff for the HVAC system is in the attic. The house is, the main level here's like almost 1,800 square foot. I mean, it's pretty sizable. You know, if you want to do the one level living thing, I mean, you could certainly, you don't ever have to go in the basement really if you don't want to. But we're going to go there now. So, down here in the basement, all this stone here that you see came from TRACTS Creek. And you'll see in the subsequent videos here, it'll probably be the next video clip, the big, beautiful creek that's on this property. And the stone was taken from there and incorporated here in the basement on the wall. That's just a little gas, kind of like a little gas stove right there. But, you know, this is just kind of like a rec room. You got some storage here that slides back. But, you know, just like a den down here, rec room, another place to watch TV. Then this bath down here, you know, when they did the remodel, they did this bath here. So you got a full bath downstairs. Then bedroom down here. So we're going to call this thing 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. You know, like I said, I'm going to call that office upstairs a bedroom because technically that's what it is. And then down here, this is just like a little workroom, and this is where you can walk outside from the basement. But it's just like a craft room down here. You know, you could probably turn this into a bedroom if you wanted to. You know, if you want to take the shelving out down here and create another bedroom, this would be the place to do that. And then this is a utility room here. Got your hot water heater, water treatment system, all that good stuff, storage. Like I said, it's panel boxes right there. But it's, like I said, it's just right at about 3,000 square foot of finished living space. So that's plenty sizable. Got a nice little built-in cabinet here. But just really nice, comfortable space. It's a comfortable home. Bring you back up. Everything's very well maintained. And, you know, the house is, you know, effectively about a dozen years old. I mean, because the replacement windows got all vinyl replacement windows in it. I mean, the upgrade, like I said, has been in the last 12 years or so. So the house is in really, really, really good condition. Let you see the view there again. And then we'll go out and I'll take you and show you the garage. So, I really like this setup. I mean, you can come out of the garage, it's covered. You got a nice, plenty of room here, a place to take off your shoes. I know that's one thing at my house, if I could do differently. I wish I had a nice little area like this to do all that. But, we'll just take you into the big detached garage here. The garage is about 800 or so square feet. It's almost 900. But, nice big 2-car garage. So, that's the tour of the interior here, and on to the property. Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. At 111 Heron Lane in Augusta, West Virginia, and we're going to do the property here a little backwards. So I'm doing stuff out of order here a little bit, but I haven't even done the house video yet. I just wanted to do the majority of the property here and video it before the leaves come out. Today I think it's April the 9th, but so what you're looking at and listening to is TEARCOAT Creek. And it runs and kind of makes a loop around the property. And I'm all the way at kind of like the back right-hand corner of the property. But you got this beautiful cliff right here and this swimming hole and everything. There's fish here in TEARCOAT. Let me just zoom down through there a little bit. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. But I'm going to pan around here a little bit. As you can see, drove my truck right down here, and here's where we're at on the map. So I kind of did like a drone shot here, you know, and I mean, this property's in 4 different tracts. We're selling it as a whole, but as you can see, the little clearing, that's where I'm at, and the creek goes off the property, you know, right here on the other side of this rock outcropping. But TEARCOAT makes a horseshoe in here. So it comes in and wraps around like this. So as you look across the creek over here, that's this portion in here like that. But let me just kind of walk you walk you around a little bit. But like I said, I just wanted to do the property tour backwards and start with the best part last, or the best part first here in regards to the property. But overall, this is a really spectacular piece of ground. You know, I think, I don't have my notes in here in front of me, but about 95 acres here that we're selling. And just look at this. Property line's running right up there, you know, maybe about where that tallest tree is sticking up right there. But, and of course, it's up a little bit right now. TEARCOAT Creek's rolling pretty good. We had some rain, you know, and in the summertime, but in the summertime, there's always going to be water in this hole down here. But this bottom is just amazing. And, I mean, you don't have just the one, you know, big creek here. I'm going to show you what this does. So, if you notice here, you got this little feeder creek that runs all the way through the back parcel here. So we're like this. The creek I'm looking at now runs all the way down through here like this and dumps into TEARCOAT right there. So you have that on your property, and there's also another drainage that runs down through here like this on the far end of the back track, which is track 4. So that's a good looking shot of the property right there. But we'll go up here next and check out this area in here where the food plots and stuff are. It's just gorgeous. I mean, this is as good of a property as I've had to sell ever. And I've been doing this 23 years. I've sold close to 300,000 acres here in West Virginia. And this one's right up there at the top of the list in terms of the quality and diversity of the ground and stuff. Just look at that, you know, it's just flowing and dumping into TEARCOAT right there. So, we'll stop up here in the food plots next, but this is spectacular. Keenan Shanholz here again, 111 Heron Lane. I had to do another video down here at the creek because it's so pretty down here. But I'm just up from the hole here where I took the first video looking upstream. And as you can see, there's another big hole here against those rocks. But, and you know, of course you own the ground across the stream there. But just look back through there like that. The big hole where I took the first video there is that way. But, and once again, it is up right now. I'm not going to lie about that. But this is what it can look like for sure. And I'm sure it was a lot higher than this yesterday. But like I said, TEARCOAT just loops. It comes in over there and just makes this little loop here in this back corner on the property. Spectacular. Keenan Shanholz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 111 Heron Lane in Augusta. And I just want to show you these beautiful food plots in here. And I'll tell you what we did. So we're looking at the map. I took the video down here by the stream right there. I came up here and did that other little video. And we just drove right back up over the hill. And I'm in this field. This first little food plot right in here is where we're at. And as we're down here and I zoom in up against the hillside up there, that is tract, you know, 3A and 3B up here where the clear cut is, where he did the clear cut. So, you know, you just come in here by the house all the way back in here along the road and drop down into this bottom right here like this. But let's just do a little walk here. I mean, it is absolutely stunning down here. And the owner is a big hunter. He's retired. And he really takes a lot of pride in his food plots and stuff. And I wish mine were this nice. I mean, I'm a big hunter as well. And do food plots and stuff like that. But these are much, much prettier and nicer than mine. Just look at this. I haven't really tried to tabulate how many acres of food plots there are down here. I mean, when you tally it all up, there's probably, I don't know, there might be 2 or 3 acres, but that's a lot, you know, for a food plot. But there's an old tree stand. You know, I think that one's been retired. You even got a little apple tree down here. It's got a few buds left on it that are getting ready to pop right there. Beautiful white pines and stuff down here. This bottom tract here, and once again, we're selling all this together, but this bottom tract is somewhat of a geographic anomaly as far as I'm concerned. I mean, like I said, I've been all over every kind of piece of land you could think of. But what's interesting, you can see my truck sitting everywhere. What's interesting about this, you know, you're coming back in here and you drop down off into this bottom. And when you get down here, you think, okay, I'm in the bottom now. But you're not. There's like it's almost like a saddle in here. When you get to the bottom, you're in a low place right over in here, which you'll see. Then it climbs back on this other little kind of hilltop in here, then breaks off to the creek down there in the bottom. You know, and oh, let's see here. You got a little spring right here with some water in it. Little mineral lick there for the deer. Got a pear tree down here that's really pretty. In full bloom right now. And here is the really nice tire stand he's got that overlooks the other food plot. Look at this in here. And like I said, you just come down off the top into this low place in here. You know, then it rolls up again, and it kind of lays a little wet in here. So you can see, I mean, we've had some rain, but I think you could, if you wanted to, you could have a heck of a pond here in this little valley in here. Got another pear tree in bloom right there. But, I mean, this little section's of fields, and when you get over on that side, there's more. I mean, this is just so, so pretty. And the thing of it is, oh, there goes some deer down through there going. You're only, you know, a mile and a half off of Route 50 here, right in Augusta. I mean, the location's super convenient, but when you're back in here in the back, you would just never know that it gets this private and quiet and like desolate back in here as it does. I'm gonna get up in the tire stand here. How about this? So, I'm up here, nice easy ladder to get up in here. Even got a thermometer there on the tree. But just look at this. So, you could see everything from right here out this window. You could see that food plot, this food plot. I mean, this is just so, so, so nice. Just let you take this in for a minute. This is a really good vantage point. You know, see the other clover plot right there. And then back behind this way. And like I said, today is April the 9th. I don't know, this thing, we probably won't get it on the market till, you know, early May sometime. But I did just want to come back here and do my video and stuff before the leaves got on, because it's so much easier to see what you're looking at this time of year before the leaves get on. But it's a one of a kind for sure. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 111 Heron Lane in Augusta. And we're just kind of working our way from the bottom back out to the front. And I want to show you where we're at here. So we started here, did a little video clip right there, came up, I walked around, you know, all this in here like that. Now we're coming back up out, and I'm right here. It's where I'm at. And this is on, would be tract 3B, which is 23 acres. But as you can see, you know, I'm here in the bend of the road, and there's a path that goes out through here. But what I want to illustrate, this tract 3, when the owner bought this, he didn't always have that, and he did a clear cut here. So they basically clear cut the timber off of most of this lot and was replanted in pine. As you can see, it's coming back up. So this lot just has trails cut through it. Otherwise, you know, it's too thick. You can't walk through it. But the reason why he did that is a big hunter. This is kind of like the sanctuary where the deer bed and stuff in here. But what I want to point out, you know, you got to remember what you're buying here is 4 tracts. So, you know, say one day down the road, you know, you want to give some to your kids. Maybe you want to sell off part of it. You know, it's already in tracts. And from this lot, and this is going to be maybe hard to show you, but you have a tremendous view. If you see the green fields through there, you got a whale of a view from up on this ridge up here. I mean, it is gorgeous. You know, it's just kind of hard to see through the pines. I mean, if you cleared out a little spot, you'd be able to tell how pretty this is back in here. And as quick as these pines grow, you know, in another 10 years, you know, eventually they choke out the underbrush underneath, and, you know, it's just like a big pine forest you're walking through. But right now it's the perfect stage, you know, to kind of hold deer and everything. And I'll just kind of show you here right quick. You know, I mean, it's a good road coming back in here. I mean, it's pretty. Very pretty. There's nothing about the ground here that's not pretty. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, 111 Heron Lane. We're just kind of working our way out. So you can see these 2 big magnificent oak trees straddle the right-of-way coming back in here. And I'm going to show you where we're at. So we are right here. And I'll walk around the corner and show you what it looks like going back this way. But we're essentially about right here is where we're at. And this road coming back in here, which this is the road, is a 20-foot right-of-way. What you'd be buying goes to the center of the road. What the owner's keeping comes to the center of the road this way. So this is a 20-foot right-of-way. It's going to be the boundary between what we're selling and what he's keeping. So it's pretty easy to figure that out. And like I said, the road runs right between those 2 magnificent oak trees right there. And this is still part of tract 3, you know, that was split in 2. And I'll just walk you around here. I'm walking right on the road here. And it looks like just grass, which it is, but it's solid coming back through here. And right straight out through there, like you see, I'll zoom in here. So as I zoom up through there, head straight basically towards that electric pole right there, you can see the buildings there to the right is going to be on what he's keeping, and the road kind of comes right, you know, to this side of that there like that. So, and I'll show a lot of that in when I do the walk around on the house and everything. But this is pretty simple to figure out. I mean, you got a road around the whole one side of it until you get to the back lot down there in the bottom, kind of like where we started. So the owner has just worked and worked and worked on this place. It's a certified tree farm. He's got another apple tree right there. But he has plantings. I mean, just a wonderful steward of the land this gentleman is. This land's been well cared for many years. And once again, as I had talked about building and everything, and you just can't see it because of the way the pine scrub is growing up, but you have magnificent views. I mean, as I zoom out, you know, you're looking at the mountain there, and you'll see the views. Well, by this time, like I said, I'm doing these videos before I do the house video, but the house video will be first, which I haven't even done that yet. But you'll see the views. We'll have already seen the views from up here at the house, which are magnificent. So I'm gonna put a ribbon around this video. If you're looking for a high quality property that has literally everything, fields, woods, water, views, privacy, convenient location. I mean, once again, I can't say enough positive things about this property. You know, to say this is in my top 10, which it is, that's saying something. I've sold a lot of beautiful properties across this wonderful state, and this one's right up there in the top handful. Just of overall quality and diversity, it's just tough to beat. Come check it out.